All right, I gotta try not to wake up the whole household here. Very, very excited about the defensive performance in that game. Not so excited about the offense, so I'm going to stick to just the defense. The offense will have their highlights talked about when they learn how to actually get the snap off, when they learn how to just hold up their end of the bargain. Some good things on offense, but I got to stick to defense tonight because Pat Mahomes is just coming out of the worst game he's ever played as a professional quarterback ever. 19.8 passer rating. That 14 for 33, 160 yards, 3 interceptions, 0 touchdowns, rating of 19.8. That's the worst performance Patrick Mahomes has ever had. And yes, he was playing behind 3 backup offensive linemen, including a backup to a backup. He's had dicey O-line situations before. The Texans defense, despite some hairiness there at times early in the second half, they just flat out walloped him. And it was Pat Mahomes' legs really that were doing the lion's share of the damage and shot plays downfield. That was the thing I was worried about. Pat Mahomes' legs and then the shot plays downfield. And he's very capable of taking care of that. But I got upset during the game because people were acting like at a point when the Chiefs had scored 10 points, like somehow it was the defense's fault that the game was close. But let's just go through a few of the defensive highlights. These are just the ones I grabbed. These are not exhaustive. But the first one is Tommy Togiai's sack. And mostly I just needed to show this because I just, shut up, people. This was not offsides by the other defensive tackle. Was it Sheldon Rankins? Because he lined up in a flexed alignment. So by the time... See, he starts going, but then the ball is snapped. A little thing called the neutral zone, Chiefs fans. Not sure if you guys have learned about this in professional football yet. The funny thing is that, of course, their offensive tackle, if anything, was the closest to being offsides, but he was okay. But Tommy Togiai, latest guy off the ball on the left defensive tackle there, gets his hands, just sheds, boom. Down goes Mahomes. Next play. This was, I believe this is the Jalen Petrie interception. Jalen Petrie deflection to interception. If you watch him from the end zone copy, he's off there on your left. I mean, he's just been phenomenal in coverage this year. And that used to be what I was worried about with him. My God, he had a game. Oh, he shows up later. Don't worry. He's coming up. This is the Kamari Lassiter. Oh, no, is this? What Watch this. Just oh God. Oh good, my microphone is on. So let's just reset to where this was at that point in the game. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so beautiful. End of the third quarter. In case you guys missed it the first 7 times I showed it. Let's see. It's the end of the third quarter. Punt. The Texans punt. And I don't know why this gets... Oh, okay, because that was the Pacheco incomplete short... Okay, so the score was 10-10 at that point. The Chiefs had the ball at their own 38. There was an incompletion, 4-yard run. And then that's the interception coming up next here. So scores 10-10. And at the beginning of the fourth quarter, we get this from Kamari Lassiter. At the time, Collinsworth was saying, hey, it's as good as a punt. And it basically was. The Chiefs, the Texans would punt after this, but then score a touchdown after the next failed fourth down conversion, which I should have had in here. But if you saw all night, the Chiefs, the Texans were sticking with their 4-man pass rush, trying to keep as many guys in coverage as possible. Did they start off with an overload? I can't see on this one. But good job by Mario Edwards coming up on the outside. And it's just a good job of Lassiter finding the ball. And I think the last one I have in here is the interception that Azeez Alshire comes up with after, man, Kelsey was hobbling and a bobbling all fourth quarter long. The fourth quarter was just pathetic. Right up until the very final garbage time series or desperation series, I think Mahomes was 0 for 8 with 2 interceptions. 4-man rush again. I see Danielle Hunter on the right. Comes back into squeeze. And, oh, God. He got scared. He saw Agent Zero right in his face, didn't he? Oh, man, on a night when the network would not stop promoting your mom's reality TV show, you just see Aziz Alshire breathing through your face mask and Miles Bryant coming up to hit you. Oh, that was gorgeous. That was so much fun. Let me get to your comments early tonight. Let's see. Only so much time before each snap. We need to have better coaching. Yeah, okay, let's get to the offensive side of the ball a little bit. Can I count the times I was disgusted and pissed off in this game? I know that the illegal motion in the first quarter was a little ticky-tack, but it was an illegal motion nonetheless. And the Texans are they're marked men because they're not good at this stuff. The sequence in the second half when they're coming out of timeout, and the Texans need to take a timeout, and then a play or two later, they get a delay of game. Like just all of these little things. The end of the first half. Oh my God, I don't know how much longer. Like Kaylee's not a rookie offensive coordinator anymore. They came up and they burned 20 seconds of clock, just trying to get guys in position. Everything pre-snap is just so it's so difficult. It's so hard. I don't know why they make it so difficult. Looking the numbers were awful, just absolutely awful for Mahomes. But you look at C.J. Stroud, 15 to 31 for 203 yards. 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. He had a rating of 80 at least. The big strikes to Nico, which that first huge pass to Nico, it could have been a touchdown if it wasn't underthrown. Made a brilliant pass later to Nico in the second quarter when he had to scramble to his right. And he had some beautiful plays today when he had to scramble. But the offense's ability to handle blitz, and this is a Chiefs team that has not been blitzing well this year. Chris Jones, who's one of those guys, back in my day, it was Chester McLaughlin, is a guy that when he's motivated and engaged, almost nobody can block him. And I kind of blame the Cowboys for not beating the Chiefs, because then maybe Karlaftis and Chris Jones would have been more their mediocre selves that they've been this year. But they took those guys to the woodshed. The offensive line, CJ under pressure, did some really good things, but he was also inaccurate at times and missed some opportunities. It was a bad night for the offense, man, versus a defense that's not as good as the classic defense. Let's see. The Texans better take advantage of these 2 consecutive home games and sort some things out on offense. I do think they have made improvements in fits and starts. It's just not ready. Is this real? The record is real. The fact that they started off 0-3 is just the fact that they started off 0-3 and they sit where they sit right now. And, you need the Jaguar. I'm not too worried about the division. If the Jaguars win out with their easy schedule, they have 3 Patsy games, including 1 more against the Colts with, I'm guessing, Riley Leonard. But they have a game against the Broncos. Texans' hardest game remaining is against the Chargers. And depending on just how all that plays out, Texans, if they win out, obviously, they've got a good chance of winning the division. But they need some help from the Jaguars. So I'm more worried about the wild card at this point. Credit where credit is due. Woody Marks came up big in some big moments for some first downs. Daria Gumbawale for the touchdown. I know all of us in unison as Texans fans got really excited when we saw Daria Gumbawale in the backfield. But man, he bulldozed his way in there. That was he made up for the Rams game in a lot of regards. But the offense, if you look at the offensive drive chart in the second half, and I'm not angry about it today, I'll be angry about it tomorrow. I'm going to enjoy this win right now. They started off the second half 3-and-out, 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 3-and-out. But then they came back after the Texans had after Mahomes threw that interception, and they had a 6-play series where they then punted the ball. So 5 punts in a row, and it felt. I know how I was looking at my mentions, man. People were not happy about this. The clock management issues and everything that go along with it on offense have got to change if they want to do anything in the playoffs, and maybe they can iron that out over the next 4 weeks. But I'm going to enjoy this win for the next 4 hours, and then I got to get up and get ready for Sports Radio 610 in the morning. Sean Pendergast and I like, subscribe, and I mean take more comments. I want to linger in this moment here for a little bit. Let's see. Woody's going to need some Ice Cube time. Yeah. All right. And let's see. 7 times was not enough. Okay, let's watch that Petrie hit again. My goodness. Let's just watch it. That's Rashee Rice, everybody. There's no need for you to, cry in your Cheerios about me showing Rashee Rice getting trucked a few times by a guy wearing a Guardian cap. And Petrie's interception was just absolutely brilliant in the first half. My God. Let me watch one more. Let's watch the Petrie interception one more time. No. Let's watch the Azeez Al-Shaair interception with the Miles Bryant hit. Boom. There are so many plays. The Texans do so many things where even though they let up some of these chunk plays, when they show up and they're just such assholes. Don't you? You love the guys on your own. I was watching a high school basketball game the other day, and the opposing team from my relative had a kid on their team that was just an asshole. And I spent the first quarter hating him, and then I realized, wait a second, I think I love that kid, and that's Azeez Al-Shaair and Miles Bryant here, because Azeez doesn't even get a big hit on it. It's the reputation of Azeez. It's the hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines he's donated to charity over his time. That's why he's the Walter Payton winner for the Texans, not just for the work he does in the community, but because he's donated so much money to the Retired Players Fund. Do you realize I, as a retired player, I benefit from that? I don't know how, but I would imagine if I end up with dementia or something, that's some of the funds that come my way. And it's because Azeez has been fined so many times. And that's nothing dirty about that at all. That's just good, clean Travis Kelce showing his age. Oh, my God. God, I love this defense so much. I just love them. My kind of asshole. All right, I'm going to try to get to bed. I hope I didn't wake up my wife.